Dear beloved, close your eyes for a moment and consider this: every word you think, every image you imagine, and every financial number you hold within awareness carries a frequency. They carries tone, direction, and emotions. Within your mind's eye, thoughts are formative. Within your mind's eye, they are the subtle signals that shapes how reality is perceived and experienced. Whatever frequency you consistently hold within your eyes becomes the lens through which life is seen. The eyes are translators of inner vibration. When the inner gaze is filled with faith and belief, perception expands. When it is filled with gratitude, trust, and the feeling of financial blessing, perception continue to expands. Reality appears differently because the lens of attention has shifted. Within this understanding, the third eye is intertwined with it. It entrains with whatever emotional imagery and frequency the physical eyes repeatedly engage with. Over time, this entrainment becomes coherence, thought, feeling, and vision aligning into a single vibrational field. In this state, inner perception begins to shape expectation, and expectation begins to shape experiences. The all-seeing eye is an eternal awareness. It reflects back the totality of what you impressed upon it. Every thought, every emotion, and every vision radiates into this field, willingly or unwillingly, and is mirrored back as lived experiences. Nothing is excluded. It is a perfect resonance system, responding not to words alone, but to the frequency behind them. All things exist within the light of this eternal awareness. It is the medium in which every intention, desire, and imagined financial reality is held and reflected. In this field, consciousness does not simply observe reality, it participates in shaping its tone through sustained attention and emotional presence. The eyes, then, are sacred instruments of alignment. What we choose to gaze upon with feelings become the pattern we impress upon awareness. Sound vibrations organizes matter into visible form. The emotional frequency held within the eyes organizes perception into experiences. What is repeatedly felt and seen inwardly begins to echo outwardly as circumstances, encounters, intuitions, and openings. From this perspective, financial blessing is not merely something pursued externally, it is a resonance cultivated internally. The challenge is not only to think of abundance, but to hold its feeling steadily within the eyes, to let it become the lens through which life is seen. As this frequency stabilizes, the inner and outer begin to mirror one another more closely, until experience itself begins to reflect the vibration that has been held within. There is a hidden relationship between vision and vibration. Every word carries a frequency. Every image carries a tone. Every emotion impressed upon the mind radiates a subtle pattern into the field of awareness that surrounds and permeates all things. The eyes are not passive observers. They are sacred instruments of alignment. Whatever the eyes continually rest upon with feeling, they begin to resonate with, much like chromatics, where vibration organizes matter into visible patterns. In the same way, the frequencies held within the eyes begin organizing perception, thought, emotion, and experience into corresponding forms. If the eyes are filled with love, the inner world entrains with those vibrations. The third eye, the deeper faculty of imagination and spiritual perception, synchronizes itself with the emotional currents carried within vision. The all-seeing eye, the eternal awareness in which all realities exist, receives that vibration and reflects it back through experiences, circumstances, encounters, intuitions, and openings of a similar nature. This reflection happens willingly or unwillingly, because consciousness is always radiating its state into the greater field. When the eyes are trained upon abundance with feeling, upon images of provision, beauty, creativity, generosity, peace, and overflow, the nervous system begins to harmonize with those impressions. The third eye entrains with the frequency of increase. Thoughts become more expansive. Emotions soften into expectancy. Attention notices possibilities. In this contemplative view, financial blessing begins first as resonance before it appears as material form. The challenge is not merely to think of abundance for a moment, but to hold its feeling steadily within the eyes. To gaze upon life with the emotional atmosphere of already being connected to supply. To let the eyes become saturated with gratitude, vision, and expectancy. For whatever is consistently held within the eyes becomes impressed upon the all-seeing eye, and what is impressed upon eternal awareness begins to echo back into lived experiences. The outer world gradually takes on the shape of the inner vibration sustained with feeling. All things exist within the light of this eternal awareness. Nothing escapes its reflection. Every thought enters it. Every emotion ripples through it. Every image is carried into it like a signal into an infinite mirror. To discipline the eyes, then, is to discipline alignment itself. To choose carefully what you emotionally gaze upon is to choose the vibration you cultivate within your own being. And the more steadily you hold the frequency of financial blessing within your sight, the more the world begins to answer with reflections of that same abundance, through opportunities, relationships, ideas, favor, intuition, timing, and doors that seem to open from within the unseen. The eyes as instruments of resonance. The eyes are more than organs of sight, they are sacred instruments of resonance. Whatever they continually focus upon with emotion becomes the frequency they harmonize with. Like chromatics shaping patterns from vibration, the feelings held within the eyes organize perception into experiences of a similar tone. When the eyes hold the feeling of financial blessing, gratitude, and overflow, the all-seeing eye receives that signal and begins reflecting back opportunities, ideas, encounters, and openings aligned with abundance. The frequency behind vision. Every word and image carries a vibration that impresses itself upon consciousness. The eyes absorb these frequencies and transmit them inward to the third eye, which entrains with whatever emotional atmosphere is repeatedly held. If the eyes are saturated with lack, the mind begins perceiving limitation everywhere. But when the eyes are filled with visions of increase, stability, and prosperity, perception expands, and the world begins mirroring back reflections of abundance. The mirror of eternal awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness. Every thought, emotion, and vision radiates into the all-seeing eye willingly or unwillingly. Consciousness continually projects signals into this infinite mirror, and the mirror responds with corresponding reflections. Financial blessing begins when the inner vision becomes disciplined enough to hold the frequency of abundance long enough for it to echo back into experience. Holding the feeling in the eyes. The challenge is not simply imagining wealth for a moment, but holding the emotional frequency of prosperity within the eyes. To look upon life with expectancy instead of fear transforms the inner lens. The eyes begin resonating with confidence, gratitude, and provision. Over time, this resonance impresses itself upon reality, shaping encounters and circumstances that reflect the vibration being sustained. The third eye and financial vision. The third eye entrains with whatever the physical eyes gaze upon repeatedly with emotion. Images of struggle deepen the vibration of lack, while images of abundance awaken the subconscious to possibilities already present within the field of awareness. Financial blessing flows more naturally when vision becomes aligned with peace, creativity, and trust rather than anxiety and scarcity. The chromatics of consciousness as sound vibrations organize matter into geometric forms. The frequencies held within the eyes organize life into corresponding experiences. Thoughts charged with emotion ripple outward into the all-seeing eye, shaping patterns of attraction and perception. When the eyes hold the vibration of increase, life begins arranging itself into reflections of growth, provision, and opportunity. The sacred discipline of attention. Attention is spiritual currency. Whatever receives emotional focus through the eyes grows stronger within consciousness. To continually gaze upon fear is to nourish it. To gaze upon abundance with gratitude is to strengthen that vibration within the subconscious mind. The all-seeing eye reflects back the dominant frequencies impressed upon it through sustained attention. Vision as a gateway to blessing. The eyes become gateways through which frequencies enter the soul. Every image contemplated with feeling leaves an imprint upon awareness. Financial blessing begins when the eyes learn to dwell upon possibility instead of limitation. The more consistently abundance is held within inner vision, the more the subconscious begins aligning thought, emotion, and action toward that reality. Radiating into the infinite mirror. Every emotion radiates into the infinite field of consciousness. Nothing is hidden from the all-seeing eye. The feelings held behind the eyes become energetic messages continually transmitted into eternal awareness. When those messages carry gratitude, expectancy, and overflow, reality gradually mirrors those same vibrations back through synchronistic events and opportunities. The eyes and the law of resonance. The eyes resonate with whatever they behold repeatedly. If they dwell upon struggle, they harmonize with struggle. If they dwell upon beauty, increase, and possibility, they harmonize with abundance. The law of resonance operates continuously, willingly or unwillingly. The all-seeing eye reflects not only what is spoken, but what is emotionally sustained within vision. Financial blessing as inner alignment. Financial blessing is not only material gain, it is the alignment of perception with abundance itself. When the eyes become trained to recognize provision instead of lack, the mind begins noticing pathways that once remained unseen. Opportunities appear clearer because consciousness has tuned itself to their frequency. Impressions upon eternal awareness. Every image impressed upon the mind with feeling becomes a signal sent into eternal awareness. The all-seeing eye responds by echoing back experiences that match the vibration carried within that impression. To hold images of prosperity, peace, and generosity within the eyes is to plant seeds within the field of consciousness that eventually return as outer experiences. The emotional lens of wealth. The eyes do not merely see reality, they color it with emotion. Fear darkens perception, while gratitude illuminates it. When the emotional lens becomes saturated with financial blessing and trust in provision, the third eye entrains with that atmosphere. Life begins reflecting back situations that correspond to the inner emotional tone being sustained. The echo of sustained vision. A fleeting thought carries little power compared to sustained vision. What the eyes continually return to with feeling becomes amplified within consciousness. The all-seeing eye responds to repetition, resonance, and emotional intensity. To hold abundance steadily within the eyes is to create an echo that grows stronger until it manifests through experiences and opportunities. Living within the light of awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness, and every inner movement sends ripples through that infinite field. The eyes are sacred instruments through which those ripples are formed. When the eyes learn to hold the vibration of financial blessing with peace, gratitude, and expectancy, the world gradually mirrors back that same abundance through encounters, intuitions, favor, wisdom, and openings aligned with prosperity. The eyes become the lens of reality. Whatever frequency is held within the eyes becomes the lens through which life is interpreted. The eyes are not passive, they are active participants in shaping perception. When the eyes are filled with gratitude, prosperity, and expectancy, the third eye entrains with those vibrations and the all-seeing eye reflects back circumstances aligned with increase. Financial blessing begins when vision itself becomes harmonized with abundance. Every image carries a vibration, every image impressed upon the mind carries a hidden tone. The eyes absorb these frequencies and translate them into emotional realities. If the eyes continually dwell upon struggle, the subconscious becomes patterned after lack. But when the eyes meditate upon abundance, beauty, and provision, the inner world reorganizes itself around those vibrations, and the all-seeing eye begins echoing back similar experiences. The chromatics of vision. Just as chromatics reveals sound shaping matter into patterns, the frequencies held within the eyes shape the patterns of experience. Thoughts charged with emotion ripple into eternal awareness. The all-seeing eye receives these vibrations and mirrors them back as encounters, opportunities, intuitions, and circumstances corresponding to the dominant frequency held within consciousness. The sacred responsibility of sight. The eyes are sacred instruments of alignment. What they emotionally gaze upon repeatedly becomes impressed upon the subconscious and radiated into the field of awareness. Every fearful image strengthens fear. Every prosperous vision strengthens abundance. Financial blessing flows more freely when the eyes become disciplined enough to hold the emotional atmosphere of increase instead of limitation. The third eye entrains with feeling. The third eye entrains not only with thought, but with emotion-filled vision. Whatever is repeatedly seen with feeling becomes a vibration the subconscious accepts as reality. When the eyes hold images of financial freedom with peace and certainty, the mind begins harmonizing with that frequency, and reality slowly mirrors it back through visible results. The all-seeing eye reflects all frequencies. Every thought, every emotion, and every vision radiates into the all-seeing eye willingly or unwillingly. Eternal awareness reflects whatever is most deeply sustained within consciousness. The challenge is not merely to think positively for a moment, but to consistently hold the vibration of blessing within the eyes long enough for it to become a dominant resonance. Abundance begins as inner resonance. Financial blessing first appears as a feeling before it manifests as form. When the eyes hold the emotional frequency of overflow, the nervous system begins relaxing into expectancy rather than fear. In this state, the third eye opens to possibilities that were always present but hidden behind the vibration of scarcity. The eyes as broadcasters of frequency. The eyes broadcast the frequencies they hold. When filled with gratitude, hope, and vision, they radiate those vibrations into the greater field of awareness. The all-seeing eye receives that signal and reflects back matching experiences. Life begins responding to the dominant emotional atmosphere sustained within vision. Holding the feeling of wealth. The true challenge is holding the feeling of financial blessing within the eyes even before outer evidence appears. To maintain the vibration of abundance in the midst of uncertainty is to train consciousness into alignment with prosperity. The longer the feeling is sustained, the deeper it is impressed upon eternal awareness. The echo of sustained vision. Whatever is emotionally sustained within vision becomes an echo within the field of consciousness. The all-seeing eye amplifies repeated frequencies and reflects them back into experience. When abundance is continually held within the eyes, life gradually begins rearranging itself around that vibration through opportunities, timing, ideas, and favor. The emotional atmosphere behind perception. The eyes see through the emotional atmosphere carried within them. Fear causes the world to appear limited, while gratitude reveals hidden pathways of increase. Financial blessing often begins when the emotional lens changes first. The outer reflection follows the inner resonance. The mirror of consciousness. The universe mirrors the frequencies impressed upon it. Every image contemplated with feeling enters the light of eternal awareness. When the eyes become saturated with visions of prosperity, generosity, and creative expansion, those vibrations begin returning as corresponding experiences in the material world. The power of focused attention. Attention is a force of alignment. Whatever the eyes focus upon repeatedly with emotion becomes energized within consciousness. To dwell constantly upon debt and fear strengthens those vibrations. To hold steady focus upon abundance, peace, and provision strengthens the resonance of financial blessing within the subconscious mind. Vision shapes reality. The eyes are gateways through which reality is shaped internally before it appears externally. The third eye entrains with the frequencies continually impressed upon vision. When the eyes are trained to see life through the lens of abundance, the subconscious begins directing perception and behavior toward experiences that reflect prosperity. Living within eternal awareness, all things exist within the light of eternal awareness. Nothing escapes the reflection of the all-seeing eye. Every thought, emotion, and vision sends ripples through the infinite field of consciousness. The eyes are sacred instruments through which those ripples are formed. When the frequency of financial blessing is held steadily within them, reality slowly begins echoing back abundance through people, circumstances, opportunities, intuition, and unexpected openings aligned with prosperity. The eyes carry the frequency of wealth. Whatever frequency is held within the eyes becomes the lens through which reality is interpreted. When the eyes are filled with images of peace, increase, and abundance, the third eye entrains with those vibrations and the all-seeing eye reflects back experiences aligned with prosperity. Financial blessing begins when vision itself becomes saturated with the feeling of overflow. Every image becomes an inner seed. Every word and image carries a vibration that enters consciousness through the eyes. What is repeatedly gazed upon with feeling becomes planted within the subconscious mind like a seed. The all-seeing eye mirrors back the emotional frequencies continually impressed upon it, causing inner vision to eventually appear as outer experience. The chromatics of consciousness. Just as sound vibrations organize matter into visible forms through chromatics, the vibrations held within the eyes organize patterns within reality. Thoughts charged with emotion ripple into eternal awareness. The stronger the emotional resonance, the stronger the reflection returned through circumstances, encounters, and opportunities. The third eye learns through repetition. The third eye entrains with whatever the physical eyes repeatedly focus upon with emotion. If the eyes continually dwell upon lack, fear, and struggle, the subconscious accepts those patterns as normal. But when the eyes repeatedly contemplate abundance and blessing, consciousness begins harmonizing with prosperity instead. The all-seeing eye reflects without judgment every thought, every emotion, and every vision radiates into the all-seeing eye willingly or unwillingly. Eternal awareness reflects frequencies without condemnation or preference. It simply echoes the dominant vibration being sustained. Financial blessing grows when the eyes become disciplined enough to hold the frequency of abundance more consistently than fear. The eyes as sacred instruments. The eyes are sacred instruments of alignment. What they gaze upon with emotional intensity becomes a living resonance within the soul. To look upon life with gratitude, expectancy, and trust trains the subconscious into harmony with increase. The all-seeing eye then reflects back openings aligned with that vibration. Holding the feeling of prosperity. The challenge is not simply imagining financial blessing for a moment, but holding the emotional frequency of abundance within the eyes long enough for it to reshape perception. To see life through the feeling of already being connected to provision changes the way reality is interpreted and experienced. Resonance creates reflection. What the eyes resonate with emotionally becomes impressed upon eternal awareness. That impression returns as mirrored experiences. If the eyes resonate with stress and limitation, life reflects contraction. If the eyes resonate with peace and increase, life begins echoing opportunities, favor, and provision. Vision shapes opportunity. Financial blessing often appears first as expanded perception. When the eyes hold the vibration of abundance, opportunities become more visible. Ideas emerge more clearly. Encounters become more meaningful. The all-seeing eye reflects back not only material increase, but pathways leading toward it. The emotional lens of the eyes do not merely see reality, they color it with emotion. Fear narrows perception while gratitude widens it. When the emotional lens becomes filled with the feeling of prosperity, the third eye harmonizes with abundance and begins drawing awareness toward experiences of increase. The infinite mirror of awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness. Every image contemplated with feeling enters the infinite mirror of the all-seeing eye. What is emotionally repeated gains strength within consciousness and eventually returns through experiences that match the vibration being projected. Attention feeds frequency. Where attention goes, resonance grows. Whatever the eyes repeatedly focus upon with emotion becomes energized within consciousness. To continually look upon limitation strengthens scarcity. To continually contemplate blessing strengthens abundance. The eyes become channels through which frequencies are nourished and amplified. The echo of sustained feeling. The all-seeing eye responds to sustained emotional vision. A passing thought carries little influence compared to a feeling held consistently within the eyes. When gratitude and prosperity are maintained inwardly, those vibrations echo outward through synchronicities, encounters, intuitions, and financial openings. The eyes broadcast in a reality. The eyes silently broadcast the emotional atmosphere held within them. When filled with expectation and peace, they radiate coherence into the greater field of awareness. The third eye entrains with this state, and reality gradually mirrors back reflections aligned with confidence, stability, and increase. Living in harmony with abundance. To live in harmony with abundance is to train the eyes to dwell upon prosperity instead of fear. Every thought, emotion, and vision enters the light of eternal awareness and is reflected back willingly or unwillingly. The more steadily the eyes hold the frequency of financial blessing, the more life begins responding with mirrored experiences of provision, favor, wisdom, opportunity, and overflow. There is a subtle intelligence behind perception, where even a single word or imagined financial number carries a vibration. To think of wealth, stability, increase, or even a number such as abundance in its symbolic form is to introduce a frequency into the field of awareness. These are not neutral symbols in the inner world, they are tonal impressions. They shape the atmosphere through which consciousness begins to see itself. Whatever frequency is held within the eyes becomes the lens through which reality is interpreted. The eyes are not merely receiving light from the outer world, they are filtering life through the inner condition of attention. When the inner gaze is charged with fear, limitation, or lack, perception contracts around those themes. When the inner gaze is filled with gratitude, trust, and financial expectancy, perception begins to expand and recognize pathways that were always present but previously unseen. The third eye, as the symbolic center of inner vision, entrains with whatever emotional imagery the physical eyes repeatedly engage. It learns through repetition of feeling. It synchronizes with the dominant tone carried in thought and imagination. When financial ideas are held with anxiety, the subconscious aligns with contraction. When financial ideas are held with calm certainty, the subconscious begins to align with openness, flow, and possibility. Within this contemplative framework, the all-seeing eye represents the field of eternal awareness, an infinite reflective intelligence in which all thoughts, emotions, and visions are registered. Every inner movement is radiated into it, willingly or unwillingly. Nothing is excluded. Nothing is ignored. It reflects back the dominant vibration being sustained within consciousness, not as judgment, but as resonance. Like a mirror tuned to frequency, it returns experience shaped by the tone it receives. All things exist within the light of this eternal awareness. There is nowhere the mind can go where this reflective field is absent. Every thought, every emotional charge, and every imagined financial number enters it as vibration and returns as lived experience through circumstances, timing, intuition, and encounter. What is internal becomes external through the continuity of resonance. The eyes are the sacred instruments of this alignment. What we choose to gaze upon with feeling becomes a pattern impressed upon perception itself. Like chromatics, where vibration organizes matter into visible form, the emotional frequency held in the eyes organizes the flow of attention, interpretation, and experience. Repeated often enough, this resonance becomes the architecture through which life is perceived and participated in. The all-seeing eye, receiving these impressions, begins to echo them back through subtle and overt forms, opportunities that appear at the right moment, ideas that arise seemingly from nowhere, encounters that shift direction, and intuitions that guide decision-making. Nothing is random in this framework, everything is responsive. The challenge, then, is not merely to think of financial blessing, but to hold its feeling within the eyes long enough for it to stabilize as an inner frequency. To see without collapsing into doubt. To imagine without losing emotional coherence. To gaze upon life through the sensation of abundance rather than its absence. In this way, financial blessing is not pursued as something distant, but cultivated as a sustained resonance within perception itself, until what is held within the eyes becomes what is reflected back by the world. The frequency of words and numbers. Every word and every imagined financial number carries a subtle vibration in consciousness. When the mind holds increase, overflow, or visualized abundance, it is not abstract, it is energetic. The eyes absorb this vibration, and the third eye entrains with its emotional tone. The all-seeing eye reflects it back as lived financial experience when the frequency is sustained with feeling. The eyes as the first lens of wealth. Whatever frequency is held within the eyes becomes the lens through which reality is interpreted. If the eyes are tuned to lack, life appears limited. If they are tuned to abundance, life begins revealing hidden channels of provision. The all-seeing eye mirrors the dominant lens held in perception, returning experiences that match its vibration. The chromatics of vision and emotion. What the eyes gaze upon with feeling behaves like chromatics in consciousness. Emotional vision sends ripples into the field of awareness, shaping patterns that eventually appear as external events. Financial blessing emerges when the eyes consistently resonate with the vibration of gratitude, trust, and expectancy. The third eye as an entraining center. The third eye does not operate in isolation, it entrains with the emotional frequency carried through physical sight. Repeated exposure to scarcity conditions it toward contraction. Repeated immersion in visions of abundance conditions it toward expansion. The all-seeing eye responds accordingly, reflecting the dominant resonance. The mirror of eternal awareness. Every thought, emotion, and vision radiates into the all-seeing eye, willingly or unwillingly. Nothing is excluded from this reflection. Eternal awareness simply mirrors what is consistently impressed upon it. Financial blessing appears as the echo of sustained inner abundance. The sacred instrument of the eyes. The eyes are sacred instruments of alignment between inner vision and outer reality. What they repeatedly gaze upon with feeling becomes imprinted into consciousness. Over time, this imprint becomes the blueprint through which experiences are organized and interpreted. Holding financial frequency in vision. The true practice is not brief visualization, but sustained emotional holding. To hold the feeling of financial blessing within the eyes is to train perception itself. The longer this frequency is maintained, the more naturally the all-seeing eye begins reflecting opportunities aligned with it. The resonance of attention is a form of energetic agreement. What the eyes repeatedly focus on with emotion becomes amplified within the field of awareness. Fear amplifies limitation. Gratitude amplifies abundance. The all-seeing eye mirrors whichever resonance is most consistently reinforced. The inner number field of abundance, even imagined financial numbers, growth, income, overflow, carry emotional charge when held with belief. The eyes translate these symbols into frequency. The third eye entrains with their emotional meaning, shaping perception toward experiences that correspond with that inner numerical vibration. The reflection without judgment. The all-seeing eye does not judge or choose, it reflects. It returns experiences that match the emotional frequency sustained within consciousness. Whether abundance or lack, expansion or contraction, the mirror of awareness responds with perfect resonance. Vision before manifestation. All financial blessing begins as a stabilized inner vision. Before it appears externally, it must be held within the eyes as a coherent emotional field. The third eye organizes this field into expectation, and experience follows as reflection. The emotional lens of perception. The eyes do not see reality directly, they see through emotion. Fear distorts perception into scarcity. Trust expands perception into possibility. When financial blessing is felt through the eyes, reality appears differently because the lens itself has changed. The echo of sustained imagery. What is repeatedly seen with feeling becomes an echo within consciousness. The all-seeing eye amplifies repetition into experience. Sustained imagery of abundance eventually returns as synchronicities, opportunities, and financial openings. The field of eternal awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness, where nothing is lost and nothing is separate. Every inner vibration is recorded and reflected. Financial blessing emerges when inner frequency and outer reflection begin to align through sustained coherence. The discipline of holding abundance in the eyes. The greatest challenge is not imagining abundance once, but holding its feeling within the eyes continuously. To remain in the emotional state of financial blessing despite external noise is to stabilize the frequency. Over time, the all-seeing eye begins to mirror that stability through consistent experiences of increase, flow, and opportunity. The eyes of abundance. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. With every breath, feel the muscles around your eyes soften and relax. Imagine a golden light forming behind your eyelids. In this light, every word and every financial number you imagine carries a vibration. See the number of your desired abundance glowing before you. Feel your eyes resonating with it like chromatics responding to sound. Your third eye entrains with this frequency, and the all-seeing eye reflects back experiences aligned with prosperity. The more you hold this feeling within your eyes, the more naturally abundance flows toward you. The frequency of financial vision. As you relax deeper, imagine your eyes becoming calm pools of awareness. Every image you place before your mind becomes a frequency entering the field of consciousness. See yourself surrounded by financial freedom. Feel gratitude filling your eyes. Your third eye synchronizes with this emotional vision, and the all-seeing eye mirrors back opportunities, openings, and encounters that resonate with wealth and provision. The chromatic mirror of wealth. Take a slow breath in and imagine a vibration moving through your eyes. Like chromatics shaping patterns from sound, the feelings within your vision shape the experiences you attract. See the numbers of prosperity floating before you in radiant light. Feel peace and certainty as your eyes resonate with abundance. The all-seeing eye receives this vibration and echoes it back through financial blessings and unexpected opportunities. Entraining the third eye to prosperity. Relax your gaze inward. Allow the mind to become still. Imagine the third eye awakening as you focus on the frequency of increase. See words like overflow, success, and prosperity glowing in your awareness. Your eyes absorb these vibrations and your subconscious harmonizes with them. Every thought and feeling radiates into eternal awareness, and reality begins mirroring back the resonance you hold. The sacred lens of the eyes. Your eyes are sacred instruments of alignment. Whatever frequency you hold within them becomes the lens through which life is seen. Imagine your eyes filled with gratitude and financial peace. Feel the emotional certainty that abundance is already moving toward you. The all-seeing eye reflects this vibration back through circumstances, ideas, and encounters aligned with prosperity. The infinite reflection of wealth. Breathe deeply and feel yourself entering a state of calm awareness. Imagine every thought and every financial image radiating outward into an infinite mirror of consciousness. The all-seeing eye reflects your dominant vibration. Hold the feeling of wealth steadily within your eyes. As you do, your subconscious aligns with abundance and begins drawing experiences that match your inner resonance. The emotional frequency of numbers. Imagine a financial number glowing brightly before your inner vision. It may represent freedom, provision, or overflow. Feel gratitude as you gaze upon it internally. The emotional tone you attach to this number becomes a frequency transmitted through your eyes into eternal awareness. The more you feel it as real, the more the all-seeing eye reflects it back into your experience. The eyes as broadcasters of prosperity. Relax deeper now. Feel your eyes becoming transmitters of abundance. Every emotion you hold within them radiates outward into the field of awareness. See yourself living in financial stability and peace. Let the feeling become vivid. Your third eye entrains with this emotional reality, and the all-seeing eye echoes it back through synchronicities, opportunities, and favor. The resonance of gratitude. Imagine your eyes glowing with gratitude. Gratitude is a frequency that harmonizes consciousness with increase. As you hold this feeling, your eyes begin resonating with abundance like chromatic patterns forming in perfect order. The all-seeing eye receives this coherence and reflects back circumstances aligned with prosperity and blessing. The mirror of sustained vision. See yourself holding the vision of financial blessing steadily within your eyes. Notice how the longer you sustain the feeling, the stronger the resonance becomes. Your subconscious accepts this vibration as truth. The all-seeing eye mirrors your sustained vision through new openings, inspired ideas, and pathways toward abundance. The flow of eternal awareness. All things exist within eternal awareness. Imagine yourself floating in this infinite field of light. Every thought and emotion sends ripples through it. Hold the feeling of financial overflow within your eyes and allow those ripples to expand outward. The field responds by reflecting back opportunities and experiences aligned with your vibration. The alignment of perception. Feel your eyes softening into trust. Whatever you consistently gaze upon with emotion becomes your dominant frequency. Imagine yourself already secure, supported, and prosperous. Your third eye entrains with this state, and the all-seeing eye begins arranging circumstances that mirror the abundance you hold within. The wealth frequency within the eyes. Breathe slowly and imagine golden numbers floating within your vision. Each number carries the vibration of increase. Feel your eyes harmonizing with these frequencies. The emotional resonance within you becomes impressed upon eternal awareness, and reality responds by reflecting greater opportunities for wealth and provision. The echo of financial blessing. Imagine your feelings of abundance echoing outward through the universe. The all-seeing eye reflects back whatever frequency is sustained within your eyes. Hold the sensation of prosperity, confidence, and gratitude. Allow these emotions to become stable and natural. As they do, life begins echoing back experiences aligned with financial blessing. The sacred practice of seeing abundance. Now allow yourself to rest deeply in the awareness that your eyes are sacred instruments of creation. Every word, image, and financial number you imagine carries a vibration. Whatever frequency you hold within your eyes becomes impressed upon the all-seeing eye and reflected back into experience. Hold the feeling of abundance gently but steadily. Let it become your lens. Let it become your resonance. And allow reality to gradually mirror back the prosperity you have cultivated within. The golden numbers of increase. Close your eyes and allow your breathing to slow naturally. Imagine golden financial numbers floating gently before your inner vision. Each number carries a living frequency of increase and provision. As you gaze upon them with calm emotion, your eyes begin resonating with abundance like karmatic patterns responding to vibration. Your third eye entrains with these frequencies, and the all-seeing eye reflects back opportunities and experiences aligned with prosperity. The eyes as mirrors of prosperity. Relax the muscles around your eyes and feel them becoming soft and receptive. Imagine your eyes as mirrors reflecting the vibration you hold within them. Fill them now with feelings of wealth, stability, and gratitude. Every emotion radiates outward into eternal awareness, and the all-seeing eye responds by echoing back people, ideas, and openings that match your inner resonance. The frequency of financial overflow. Take a deep breath in and imagine breathing the feeling of financial overflow directly into your eyes. Feel warmth spreading through your forehead and third eye. Whatever frequency you sustain within your vision becomes the lens through which life organizes itself. As you hold the emotional certainty of abundance, reality begins aligning itself with that vibration. Entraining the mind to wealth. Imagine your third eye awakening like a radiant sphere of light between your brows. Before it, see the words prosperity, overflow, and increase glowing with energy. Your eyes absorb these vibrations and your subconscious begins harmonizing with them. The all-seeing eye mirrors this resonance back through circumstances and financial blessings. The karmatic field of vision. Picture your thoughts creating ripples of light moving outward from your eyes. Like karmatics shaping matter into order, your emotional vision shapes the experiences you attract. Hold the feeling of financial peace within your eyes. Feel gratitude for abundance already forming around you. The universe begins echoing back the vibration you sustain. The infinite eye of reflection. Imagine yourself surrounded by an infinite field of awareness. Every thought and emotion enters the all-seeing eye and returns as reflection. Now focus gently on the feeling of financial freedom. Hold it within your eyes as though it is already real. The longer you sustain this resonance, the more powerfully life reflects it back. The vision of financial freedom. Allow your breathing to guide you deeper into calmness. Imagine yourself already living in financial ease. See your environment filled with peace and security. Your eyes become tuned to this vibration, and your third eye synchronizes with the emotional atmosphere of abundance. Opportunities now begin appearing naturally in alignment with your inner state. The sacred gaze of abundance. Your eyes are sacred instruments of alignment. What you gaze upon with feeling becomes a living resonance within consciousness. Imagine golden light flowing through your eyes and filling your awareness with confidence and prosperity. The all-seeing eye receives this frequency and reflects it back through favorable encounters and inspired ideas. The echo of prosperity. See yourself standing before a great mirror of light. Every thought you hold within your eyes echoes through this infinite mirror and returns multiplied. Hold the feeling of abundance now. Feel appreciation for financial blessing already moving toward you. The all-seeing eye reflects your resonance through opportunities and synchronicities. The emotional lens of wealth. Imagine your eyes becoming lenses of prosperity. Every image of increase you hold with emotion strengthens the vibration within you. Fear dissolves. Scarcity fades. The third eye entrains with gratitude and trust. Life begins responding to this shift by revealing pathways and openings previously hidden from view. The resonance of financial numbers. Visualize a financial number glowing brightly before your inner sight. Feel no strain or desperation, only calm certainty and gratitude. That number carries a frequency, and your eyes begin resonating with it deeply. The all-seeing eye receives this impression and gradually reflects it back through aligned experiences and opportunities. The light within the eyes. Imagine a radiant light filling your eyes from within. This light carries the vibration of abundance, creativity, and expansion. Every thought you think enters the eternal field of awareness. Hold only the feelings you wish reflected back into your life. The universe responds to the resonance sustained within your gaze. The wealth field of consciousness. As you relax deeper, imagine yourself surrounded by a field of financial blessing. Your eyes are harmonizing with this field. Every word and number you imagine becomes a vibration impressed upon consciousness. The all-seeing eye mirrors this resonance back through supportive people, new opportunities, and intuitive guidance. The practice of holding the feeling. The challenge is not imagining abundance briefly, but holding its emotional frequency steadily within your eyes. Imagine yourself calmly sustaining the feeling of prosperity no matter what appears externally. Your subconscious accepts this vibration as truth, and reality begins reorganizing itself around the resonance you maintain. The alignment of the all-seeing eye. Now feel yourself completely aligned with abundance. Every thought, emotion, and vision radiates into eternal awareness. Your eyes resonate with the frequency of prosperity, and your third eye entrains with this state naturally. The all-seeing eye reflects back the vibration you hold through circumstances, encounters, openings, intuitions, and financial blessings that continue to grow stronger as you sustain the feeling within your gaze. The wealth signal within the eyes. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. With every breath, feel your awareness settling deeper inward. Imagine a glowing financial number appearing before your inner vision. Notice how it vibrates with a quiet frequency of increase and abundance. Your eyes begin resonating with this vibration like chromatic patterns forming from sound. The third eye entrains with this emotional signal, and the all-seeing eye reflects back experiences aligned with prosperity, stability, and financial blessing. The eyes as receivers of prosperity. Relax the muscles around your eyes and imagine them becoming calm receivers of abundance. Every word and every imagined image carries a vibration that enters consciousness through sight. Now picture yourself already living in financial peace. Feel gratitude filling your eyes. The resonance of this feeling radiates into eternal awareness, and the all-seeing eye begins echoing back opportunities and openings that match your inner state. The frequency of overflow. Imagine breathing in the feeling of overflow directly through your eyes. Each inhale strengthens the vibration of prosperity within you. Every exhale releases fear and limitation. Your third eye synchronizes with the emotional atmosphere of wealth. The all-seeing eye mirrors this resonance back through supportive circumstances, inspired ideas, and pathways of financial increase. The infinite mirror of awareness. Picture yourself standing before an infinite mirror of light. This is the all-seeing eye, reflecting every thought, emotion, and vision radiating from within you. Hold the feeling of abundance steadily within your eyes. Feel the certainty of provision. The mirror responds by sending back matching experiences, encounters, and intuitions aligned with financial blessing. The chromatics of financial vision. Imagine your emotional vision creating ripples of energy through consciousness. Like chromatics organizing matter into patterns, the frequencies within your eyes organize your experiences into corresponding forms. Hold an image of prosperity gently in your awareness. Feel appreciation as though it is already real. The all-seeing eye reflects this resonance into your outer world. The sacred alignment of the eyes. Your eyes are sacred instruments of alignment between inner vision and outer experience. What you gaze upon with feeling becomes the vibration you embody. Imagine golden light flowing through your eyes and awakening feelings of financial confidence and freedom. Your subconscious accepts this resonance, and reality begins echoing it back. The third eye of financial blessing. Focus softly on the space between your brows. Imagine a radiant light awakening there. This is your inner vision aligning with abundance. See words like increase, overflow, and prosperity glowing before you. As your eyes emotionally connect with these frequencies, the all-seeing eye reflects them back through opportunities and favorable circumstances. The emotional lens of wealth. Your eyes become the lens through which life is experienced. If they hold fear, the world appears limited. If they hold gratitude and expectancy, the world reveals abundance. Imagine your eyes filled with peace and financial certainty. Feel the vibration becoming steady. The universe responds to the frequency you sustain within your vision. The echo of sustained feeling. Every thought and every imagined financial number sends ripples into eternal awareness. The all-seeing eye echoes back the frequencies most consistently held. Imagine yourself maintaining the feeling of prosperity calmly and naturally. With every breath, that feeling strengthens, and life begins mirroring it through synchronicities and financial openings. The radiance of prosperity. Imagine your eyes radiating golden light outward into the universe. This light carries the frequency of abundance and provision. Every emotion you attach to your vision becomes impressed upon the field of awareness. The all-seeing eye responds by drawing toward you experiences aligned with your vibration of prosperity. The vision of financial freedom. See yourself living in complete financial ease. Notice the details of your surroundings, the calmness in your body, and the gratitude in your eyes. Your subconscious begins accepting this emotional reality as familiar. The third eye entrains with this state, and the all-seeing eye mirrors back pathways that support your vision. The resonance of gratitude. Feel gratitude flowing into your eyes now. Gratitude stabilizes the frequency of abundance. Imagine every glance you take carrying the vibration of appreciation and prosperity. The more consistently you sustain this feeling, the more the all-seeing eye reflects back experiences that match your emotional resonance. The flow of eternal awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness. Imagine yourself floating peacefully within this infinite field. Every thought and image enters it as vibration. Hold only the feelings you wish returned to you. As your eyes resonate with abundance, the field responds with increasing reflections of financial blessing. The practice of inner seeing. The challenge is to hold the feeling of what you desire within your eyes without wavering. Imagine yourself calmly sustaining the emotional frequency of wealth even when the outer world is silent. Your subconscious strengthens this resonance daily, and the all-seeing eye gradually reflects it back through people, ideas, and opportunities. The sacred frequency of abundance now rests in the awareness that your eyes are sacred instruments through which reality is aligned. Every word, image, and financial number carries a frequency. Whatever frequency you hold within your eyes becomes the resonance your third eye entrains with, and the all-seeing eye reflects back into your life. Hold the feeling of abundance gently but steadily, and allow the universe to mirror your inner prosperity through increasing financial blessings, guidance, and openings. The silent frequency of wealth. Close your eyes gently and take a deep breath. Feel the space around your eyes soften and relax. Imagine every financial number you visualize glowing softly with vibration and meaning. Each number carries a frequency into your awareness. As you gaze upon these numbers inwardly, your eyes begin resonating with abundance like chromatic waves forming perfect patterns. Your third eye entrains with this vibration, and the all-seeing eye reflects back opportunities and experiences aligned with prosperity. The golden lens of abundance. Imagine a golden light forming within your eyes. This light becomes the lens through which you now see reality. Every thought of increase, every image of prosperity, and every feeling of gratitude strengthens this lens. The all-seeing eye mirrors back the emotional frequency held within your gaze through encounters, openings, and financial blessings. The echo of financial vision. Relax deeper now and imagine your thoughts moving outward into an infinite field of awareness. Every word and every imagined financial image radiates into the all-seeing eye willingly or unwillingly. Hold the feeling of abundance within your eyes, and notice how the field begins echoing your vibration back through synchronicities and opportunities. The chromatic resonance of the eyes. Picture your eyes vibrating gently with the feeling of prosperity. Like chromatics organizing matter through sound, your emotional focus organizes your experiences through resonance. See yourself already secure and financially supported. Your subconscious harmonizes with this vision, and reality begins reflecting it back to you naturally. The third eye of financial alignment. Bring your awareness to the space between your brows. Imagine a radiant sphere of light awakening there. This light responds to the feelings carried within your eyes. Hold the emotional frequency of financial blessing now. Feel gratitude, peace, and certainty. The third eye entrains with this state, and the all-seeing eye mirrors it back into your life. The infinite reflection of abundance. Imagine yourself surrounded by an endless mirror of consciousness. Every emotion you hold within your eyes enters this mirror and returns amplified. Hold the vibration of prosperity steadily. Feel the calm assurance that abundance is already moving toward you. The universe responds by reflecting your resonance through favorable circumstances and inspired action. The eyes as sacred instruments. Your eyes are sacred instruments of energetic alignment. Whatever you gaze upon with emotion becomes impressed upon consciousness. Imagine looking upon life through the feeling of overflow and provision. The more steadily you hold this vibration, the more your outer world begins reflecting the prosperity within you. The frequency behind financial numbers. Visualize a financial number glowing before you in radiant gold light. Feel no strain or attachment, only appreciation and peace. That number becomes a frequency resonating through your eyes and subconscious mind. The all-seeing eye receives this vibration and begins echoing it back through opportunities, ideas, and abundance. The wealth field within vision. Imagine your eyes opening inward into a field of limitless possibility. Every thought of prosperity sends ripples into eternal awareness. Hold the feeling of increase within your vision. Allow your eyes to resonate with confidence and gratitude. Reality responds to the frequency you sustain. The emotional atmosphere of prosperity. Feel a warm wave of gratitude flowing through your eyes. Gratitude stabilizes the frequency of abundance. Whatever emotional atmosphere is held within your vision becomes the lens through which experiences are interpreted and attracted. The all-seeing eye reflects back the emotional tone you repeatedly sustain. The mirror of sustained feeling. Imagine your inner vision becoming steady and unwavering. Every feeling of prosperity creates a resonance that enters eternal awareness. The longer you sustain the emotional vibration of abundance, the more powerfully life mirrors it back through timing, openings, and financial breakthroughs. The light of eternal awareness. All things exist within the light of eternal awareness. Imagine yourself floating peacefully within this radiant field. Every thought and every image you hold enters the all-seeing eye as vibration. Hold only the feelings you desire returned to you. Feel abundance glowing within your eyes and spreading throughout your entire being. The resonance of inner wealth. Imagine your eyes becoming calm pools of prosperity. Every image of abundance you hold with emotion strengthens your resonance with wealth. Fear dissolves. Doubt fades. The third eye aligns with certainty and expectation. The all-seeing eye responds by reflecting experiences that match your inner frequency. The practice of holding the vision. The challenge is not simply imagining abundance briefly, but holding its feeling within your eyes consistently. Imagine yourself remaining calm, grateful, and prosperous inwardly regardless of appearances. Your subconscious accepts this vibration more deeply each day, and reality gradually reshapes itself around your sustained emotional resonance. The sacred reflection of financial blessing now rests in the awareness that every word, every financial number, and every image carries a frequency. Whatever frequency you hold within your eyes becomes the vibration your third eye entrains with, and the all-seeing eye reflects back into your experience. Hold the feeling of financial blessing gently but steadily. Allow it to become your dominant resonance. And as it strengthens within you, life begins echoing back prosperity, opportunities, guidance, and abundance in ever-expanding ways. There is a quiet principle that can be felt more than explained. The world you perceive is shaped by the frequency of attention you carry. When your eyes rest upon life with fear, contraction, or lack, that frequency becomes a kind of lens, narrowing what can be noticed, filtering what is received. When your eyes soften into gratitude, trust, and openness, the same world begins to reveal different patterns, different pathways, different possibilities for flow. Within this contemplative view, the third eye is not separate from ordinary sight, but intertwined with it, an inner faculty of perception that aligns thought, emotion, and vision into a single stream. What you consistently hold in your awareness becomes coherent. It organizes your attention. It shapes what you interpret as opportunity, timing, and even limitation. In this way, perception itself becomes participatory. You are not merely seeing life, you are collaborating with it through the quality of your attention. To speak of the all-seeing eye, in this symbolic sense, is to point toward an intelligence of total awareness, an unbroken field in which every thought, emotion, and image is registered. Nothing is separate from it. Every inner movement is already known in that field, and what is known is reflected back through experience, like light returning to its source. Not as punishment or reward, but as resonance, frequency meeting its echo. From this perspective, financial blessing is not distant or withheld, it is revealed through alignment. When the inner vision is shaped by scarcity, life reflects the contours of that belief. When the inner vision stabilizes into sufficiency, trust, and creative expectancy, perception expands and begins to recognize channels that were always present. The field does not change, attention does. All things, then, exist within the light of this eternal awareness, not as fixed outcomes, but as living possibilities responding to the tone of consciousness itself. Every word carries an atmosphere. Every image carries an imprint. Every thought releases a vibration into the unseen currents of awareness. What you repeatedly look upon, speak within yourself, and emotionally identify with begins to shape the frequency of your inner sight. Your eyes are not only receivers of the world, they become transmitters of the reality you are aligning with. The images you hold before your mind become lenses through which perception organizes itself. In time, the outer world begins to resemble the inner picture sustained within consciousness. When the eyes continually rest upon limitation, fear, struggle, and lack, the nervous system and imagination begin to entrain with those impressions. The third eye, the inner faculty of symbolic vision and deeper perception, synchronizes itself with the emotional tone carried in those images and words. Thought becomes expectation. Expectation becomes perception. Perception becomes experience. But when you fill your inner sight with images of abundance, stability, gratitude, creativity, generosity, and overflow, another alignment begins to form within you. The eyes soften into possibility. The emotions begin to harmonize with increase. The subconscious mind accepts new patterns. In this state, the third eye attunes itself to a higher frequency of awareness, and the all-seeing eye, the eternal field of consciousness in which all things exist, reflects back experiences that resonate with the vibration being held within. Within this contemplation, financial blessing is not merely money appearing from nowhere, but a transformation of the inner lens through which life is interpreted and experienced. Opportunities once unseen begin to stand out. Ideas arrive with greater clarity. Connections emerge. Confidence expands. What was hidden behind the veil of scarcity becomes visible through the frequency of expectancy and faith. Every thought, every emotion, and every vision radiates outward into the great field of awareness. Nothing is lost within it. The all-seeing eye receives every inner movement as light receives an image. And because all things exist within the light of its eternal awareness, what is consistently impressed upon consciousness begins to echo back through circumstances, encounters, intuitions, and openings. The eyes, then, become sacred instruments of alignment. What you choose to gaze upon with feeling, you slowly become resonant with. What you become resonant with, you begin to experience. To hold the vision of financial blessing with peace instead of desperation is to train the mind, emotions, and imagination into harmony with abundance itself. The more consistently that frequency is carried within your inner vision, the more naturally life begins to mirror it back, not only as material increase, but as clarity, direction, wisdom, opportunity, and a deeper sense that you are already connected to the flow you seek.